Let's say you have a chain like this one. Well, I've got two of them actually. Here's one. There's a knot in the chain. That's where you get 2 pins. Take 2 pins. See, this knot is very solid. It's been pulled hard, but you're gonna take 2 pins and start trying to wiggle. This one is a matter of just trying to find where you can get it loose a little bit because it's so tight. I'm just pulling on opposite ends, trying to get it to where there's a wiggle room. And lay it flat and try to start spreading it. See, we got a good link here. Just take your pin and keep running that through. And then take the pins and try to keep spreading it apart loosely. Let's see, I've got, boom. That one was just a matter of getting it loose. So there's no knots in that anymore. Here's one. Here's a chain that has 2 knots. Take your pins and spread them. Don't go in the expectation of doing this quickly because then you lose patience and then you might get really frustrated with the piece. You have to have patience while doing this. If you start getting frustrated, see what happens if you try to hold this up in the air and do it, you have gravity working against you. So what you want to do is just keep it on the table. That way there's no gravity working against you. And the pins help allow you to pick apart the chain. Okay, so that one's free and clear. I get this all the time where they arrive in a huge mess like this. So my first tip would be, if you take the clasp off and then take the side, see how this is an O-ring on the side and the clasp? This clasp will get hung up. So try to take and fish through. And see, this necklace had a pendant attached to it, so that's what was getting caught. And then just wiggle. I got one undone. So here's another one with a clasp. I'm just going to fish it through. You can identify which chain it is. Take out the easier ones first. The harder chains to get out are the cable links. The box chains or these flat herringbone chains don't usually tangle into a complete mess. Like box chains are pretty easy because they themselves don't tangle. So yeah, just keep pulling. If you see clasps that are connected still, disconnect them. Pendants, you'd have to grab it by the pendant and then pull up. And this chain's not even worth doing because it's broken on the end here, but we'll keep going with it just to get it off this other chain. So right now I'm just trying to, it's wrapped so tight. The daintier the chain, the harder it is to do. We're just gonna try to loosen this as much as possible, and then it might be able to get pulled through. Yeah, right there. I'm not even gonna bother with this chain and that knot. Well, actually. So this is a very fine dainty chain. Take your 2 pins. You're just going to get in there and start spreading it, spreading out the knot. See how easy that came out? So that's how to untangle chains. Like right here, this one's connected. So I'm going to disconnect it from the group. And I'm going to take the clasp side and start wiggling and pulling. You can see right here it's knotted up a bit, so we're going to take the 2 pins, just keep chopping and spreading it. There, that one's free. So about an hour, after an hour and a half, I've got all the chains untangled. There's probably about 50 of them.